That sounds
Yep.
delightful. Breaks.
Your face is delightful.
Thank you. Terrence.
Nah.
Mm-hmm. Mahogany. Once
All
more. Okay.
Now they know that wasn't me when she did it. And you said Jeff. Follow it up.
Jeff, nobody thought that was you.
I don't think your voice could go that high.
I believe in
I'm
you,
not going to even
Jeff.
try it.
I was hoping you would, though.
Yeah, that was what I was shooting for.
I know what you were shooting for, and it's no.
Jeff,
Yeah.
what's your gnome voice?
Nope.
He
Very
thought
similar
about
to
it though.
what you have now.
No, he just refuses to play gnomes. He finds them
Yeah.
disgusting.
You can't imagine
Being small.
the tops of the shelf.
I can't imagine being that tiny.
The tiniest character I play is a dwarf.
They're still medium as far as stats.
Yeah, I know.
go, So
I actually have that same issue. The only character I've ever been able to pull off as a small character was Jeb.
he had a big personality, though.
Well, he's me.
Yeah, he did.
I
Big
like little characters.
Goblin
Jeff-
razzle dazzle.
Jeb kind of remind me of a Dotson.
Mm.
How they always go after the big dogs, bark a lot.
I was shooting for Jack Russell Terrier, but I'll take Dachshund. Dachshunds used to hunt badgers. That's what they were bred to be long for.
Animal
Ah.
facts with friends.
See? Told
Animal
you you
facts.
missed out on him.
Keep on coming.
It'll never end.
Oh,
My,
do you have a favorite race? Like to play in this game?
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
right there.
Who are you asking? It's
Just
it's
anybody.
Everybody.
I know Jeff said he's partial to dwarf, but you're
Well,
playing.
that's in
Android.
Pathfinder. Yeah, Android and Starfinder.
I mean, you could play a dwarf, a space dwarf. I was
I know.
thinking a space gnome might be pretty cool.
I really like androids though.
Yeah.
I like half elf or human because I like feats.
Yeah, you go for the feats.
I didn't know you were into feet.
Mm-mm.
No.
See,
Right.
if they were brave, they would make a whole book called "Show Feats."
That's funny.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
it
like
isn't.
it. Yeah.
My gut reaction is elf, just because they are like the mystical, long-lived. The lore of them is very cool.
Mm.
They're aliens, especially in Pathfinder.
From space.
From
Yeah.
space.
But
from the elf gates. Excuse me.
yeah, the Stargates. They're the people who built the pyramids on Earth. But no,
Actually, I was listening to some Pathfinder lore that was it the myth guy on YouTube.
Yeah. What's his name? Mythkeeper. That's his name.
Yeah, I found out today that Pathfinder elves are from space.
yeah, Casterville.
Yeah. I've been using Pathfinder for 12 years. I know none of the lore. I have just been using it as a rule system to make combats happen.
We know.
Yeah.
It's more fun to build your own world, I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, you should. Your fucking lore dumps have been really a treat to read, but
Oh, really?
massive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean for them to go that long. I really don't. I'm usually aiming for 3 paragraphs, but I'm like, well, that needs to be clarified. I can elaborate here. I probably have more to say about that.
You know, that's cool stuff.
I would like to go back to the favorite conversation because I'm like
Because it was about you.
No, yes, but picking favorites is difficult.
Yeah.
You know, because if I want to play a dex character, I either want to go drow or elf or something that has high dex and is
Like a human?
live. I mean, yeah, humans can be fine too, but they're not my favorite because I am one. Or if I'm going strength build, I want to go half orc because I like.
but that's more for like building an archetype. Like there's like my go-to class has always been paladin. I love playing paladins. They're self-reliant. They can heal. They can buff the party. They can fight shit up close. I like paladins.
Never seen you play a paladin. What are you talking about?
I've played. I think I played an anti-paladin for years in one of your games, and then I played.
That's not the same thing.
My first character. Well, no, my first character was a barbarian because I didn't come into a new group and I didn't know. I was like, barbarian always works. I don't have to talk much, and I can just help out with the combat. So I get to know the people at the table. But I played Tower. He was the one. He was the one who I forgot was immune to fear, and I failed that fear check and was running for. I can't remember the monster.
Oh, that's why I didn't remember he was a paladin. Okay.
Oh yeah, he was a terrible paladin. And then you made me go Grey Guard because that was 3.5 because the party was leaning towards not doing good stuff, and we didn't want the conflict to keep happening. It was like, well, there's Grey Guard in 3.5. If you're lawful good, you can go into Grey Guard and go, as long as it's for the greater good, we can basically do anything we want to do.
That is not what that read.
Right.
That's how I took it. And then that paladin did a bunch of drugs and shotguns. But no, I like paladins. I guess mostly I play them in like RPG type games. Not tabletop, but like, video games and things like that. But
where the vows don't matter.
yeah, they do in Baldur's Gate 3.
And all the rules are made up.
Yeah.
That's this. That's more this.
Yeah.
There's code
I like
to back
Divine
up the
Cat.
video games.
I like divine casters.
But with Paladin, you can pick any race. And I like in Baldur's Gate 3, I'm playing a halfling Paladin. I like smaller races that aren't doing what they're supposed to do or how you picture them doing them,
Yes.
So I lean towards that a lot lately. Who didn't answer? Mahogany hates picking favorites. Mahogany, give us your favorite anything.
Anything?
Yeah,
Orange Jello.
No, that's too many options. That's too many options.
My
In
favorite.
Pathfinder
was-
/ Starfinder.
Well, so what I was gonna say was that for me, when it comes to picking a favorite, like when it comes to this RPG stuff, it's like while we have been doing this for like I have been doing this for like 3 or 4 years. I don't feel as if I have enough information yet because I haven't played enough races, classes. Like I just don't have I don't know everything about everything yet, so I can't decide.
I would be willing to bet that you haven't made more than 10 characters. Total.
Probably. I mean, should we count them? We've got the like, well, I'm not going to count any characters that you made for me. Like, so no, like Nerdbowl characters or whatever.
That's what I mean.
But like, we've got the Savage Worlds, that character that was horrible that I made, and then I feel like around the same time I made Sonder and Sandstorm. Yeah. And then
the lady
there
outside.
Well, no, going back, there was that character that I made for the Starfinder thing that Kevin ran.
Oh yeah, that
The little
no, it counts. It counts.
I made that one.
Yeah, that was the Ikshari.
The weird little investigator worm thingy. So that's 4, I think. Or 5.
4.
Anyway, yeah, so
The lady.
Jeff, start thinking of all the characters you've made since the 80s.
Outside.
Which is doing this.
Oh my God, no.
And then there's Ryan Drennan, and then there is Wheep Skeep, and then there is what else?
I mean, you've made some characters for some one shots, right?
Yeah. There was
My
what was-
personal favorite, Jaleesa the Jaguar woman.
Jaleesa the Jaguar lady, yes. There was
Jaleesa the Jaguar lady was the peak.
I'm guilty of looking at our analytics a lot because we'll gain some followers, we'll lose some, we'll gain some, we'll lose some. But I always like looking at
making yourself sad is basically.
I care, but I don't. It doesn't hurt me anymore. But I do get a tickle out of like seeing.
You can't hurt me anymore.
There's the nerd basement we did where we talked about hentai probably gets 2 to 3 hits a month, which is just people looking for porn on YouTube and then
I keep telling you, we should do more sneaky awful things like that. Just
that will forever tickle me. But our barbarians of the ruined earth, like those get like about once a month, at least 2 or 3 people will click on it and watch some of it. And that, I don't know
that's awesome
about that one in particular, but they like it.
I know what it is about that one in particular.
This is nonsense.
It's Maledictus Infernium.
Yeah, no, it's not that. I've asked.
And then Tiffany, Tiffany, and then there's Felicia from the that dungeon.
Noob's one shot that we turned into a cartoon. Yeah.
So that's 10.
Yeah. Okay. So you've hit double digits.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite?
I mean, Ryan was my favorite.
Jeff, are you down on the math? How many hundreds of characters have you made?
Like I said, I stopped. There's no point even trying to think of it.
Just look over at that filing cabinet. You still have them all saved against the wall.
I actually had a notebook and I went through it. It was like I had the printouts for them were slid into like the plastic protective sheets.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I did that same thing. I've got a 3D
character graveyard.
Yeah.
Yep. I got a 3-ring binder full. Now, if you want to ask favorite characters, I think my favorite character that I ever made was Geistmacher.
What was that?
He was a evil rogue gunslinger drow.
That was the game I was running?
Was that the game you were running?
I think you've played that character several times.
I mean, your character's name now is Geist.
Yes, because it's a great name. But no, it was the I think you were in that game. Or maybe it was before you came around, actually.
It might be before. You might be when you were gaming with other people who weren't as cool.
Yeah, and I've wiped them from my memory.
Yeah.
I used to put oil of silence on my pistols. And feint and then sneak attack with a gun. I was like, man, this guy's dope.
That does sound pretty cool, actually.
I don't know. Is it even worth it to have a gun as a weapon if it doesn't make the noise? I mean, that's what I'm primarily there for, is the noise. Yes,
because when he would do it from greater invisibility, he would say, bang, bang. And then
oh.
Yeah, no, that was before you. That's right.
Mm-hmm. I've heard stories of Geistmacher, and you've played that name on other characters.
Well, I played every campaign. Alex von Geistmacher, who was a descendant of the original Geistmacher, was trying to bring the good name, trying to redeem the name, because Geist was a real piece of work.
All right.
And now I just like a drow named Geist because I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah, if it's cool, it's cool.
Because shade in German does not have quite the same je ne sais quoi as Geist.
That's French.
Yes.
Probably not my most fun character. Close. It's a tie between Gully the Bard because he was in Ravenloft and he was so unbuilt for what was happening. Like just all my memories of him are like it was fun, but I did terrible. But we've been compromised. It was a halfling warlock that I played in one of Terrence's campaigns, and that became like a running gag, is that I would sneak off to steal or get into mischief, and I would run back like I'd just been keep an eye on the part, like it was my turn to be lookout, and I'd come running back like we've been compromised, like it was everybody's fault. That I was told from the tent next door.
Oh, so Valgorth.
I think Task. What's his name? Task. Tack. I think it was just Tack.
Yeah, I think
Tack was your mute monk.
Yeah, there was a mute monk. I recycle a lot of names too.
Yeah, we're not very creative in this group.
I think I'm on my third Dorian. Or rather, I'm done with my third Dorian.
Tack was more chaotic good with a touch of mischief, where Valgorth's evil. Valgorth is he's not as lighthearted about his
self-interest outweighs his altruism.
Oh, completely. Yeah. I was thinking, like, I like playing the character, but I think realistically, when we got offered the 2 million to like leave earlier in this setting, I was like, I feel like Valgorth, if I was playing the character 100% honestly and I didn't want to keep playing him, I feel like that character would have been like, yeah, I'll take the money, fuck these guys.
Would he settle for 2 million versus billions? Because that's what we're going for.
Yeah, possible billions.
Like, is he a gambler?
No. Because he can kind of see the future, and he can plan things in advance. And I think with 2 million, he could have gone back to his home world to make things work in his favor again. Like, that could have been the jumping off point.
But you could always justify why you didn't by saying he saw the future where he took the 2 million.
Yeah, that's what's great. Yeah, that's what's great about it. Is like he just be like, well, he knows the 2 million is not going to be enough, so I'm going to keep playing him. But I thought about it, because that's him. He's like he doesn't care about y'all. He's out to make bank so he can go back to his home world and get his children, who I think he fake cares about.
They're his legacy.
Yeah,
they're extensions of himself. Yeah, so he cares about them.
Yes, exactly. It's more important that they carry out his name than it is that they're healthy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've known parents like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or the red one. I have one.
I was waiting for that joke.
Your happiness is secondary to my ambitions.
I wish my father had better ambitions.
I like it when parents set the bar low so you can really just outdo what they did and feel better about yourself.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, speaking of graveyards, I just dumped all of my Dorian notes into my character graveyard file.
Oh.
Lush.
I think it's funny. Like, all of my character notes, besides like the things that I specifically have to write for whatever we're doing, are in my head. I can't put it on paper.
No, I meant like the stats and anything I've written down. This is basically what goes in.
Well, yeah, okay, I guess because Hero Lab is all my shit. But even then, like, I don't, if I can't like actively put it in Hero Lab, then it's in my head or it's gone, because I'm not writing it down anywhere. I'm just not going to do it.
You can type it out in the journal tab of Hero Lab if you wanted to.
I learned that entirely too late.
That's the story of my life.
We all just anything late, like Jeff and his brim.
Yeah, like for the games that we play that are entirely on paper, I keep decent notes. But sometimes I don't write something down because I have the paper structured in a way and I don't know where that piece of information belongs, and then I get stuck and I just don't put it anywhere. But for the most part, like, those are the only ones I ever write anything down about. And then I know too much and I'm annoying to the GM. So I'm like, nah, you said this.
Whenever I play 5th edition, I cannot write notes because where would I put it? On the back of the sheet? That's just tacky. And there's not enough room on the sheet to keep notes and feats and skills and spells and gear and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then it just becomes something that I'm like, oh, that's something that's like in the way, not something to refer to.
Yep.
Something's in the way. Here comes Batman.
Did y'all watch that video that Toker posted?
Which one?
Oh, the emo metal band singing about how Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, it's the I forget the line, but it's like the opening line of it is just fucking great. A Jedi die from being tired.
Yeah, it's like my childhood died, or my childhood ended
when I found out Jedi could die from being tired.
Yeah.
Oh, this was yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so dumb.
It's real dumb.
But it's good though.
It's really well done and it's funny. And then he does one little knock about like Jar Jar and Hayden ruining his childhood, and all the comments like Hayden's actually fucking good. It's just like, I mean, do you not remember the sand conversation?
The problem is nostalgia, I think. Yeah.
Well, I forget that movie's old enough for those people to be adults now that saw it when they were kids.
Yeah. So for them, it was amazing. It's what made me who I am.
Yeah.
Etc.
What year did fucking Phantom Menace come out? 97?
99.
99?
Dang. Hadn't even
moved.
It was the year I graduated high school.
If a person saw it when they were 5, they're 30 now.
I wasn't even born yet.
Shut up.
He's talking about his rebirth.
Yeah.
Because Jeff goes through these cycles of birth and death and rebirth.
Jeff is essentially a phoenix. Occasionally, he will douse himself in Mountain Dew, explode, a rainbow of flavors, a la a bag of Skittles, and then reform as a new person.
Diet Dr. Pepper, and you
I was about to say, after he does the Mountain Dew explosion, his hand reaches to the clouds and it comes down with a Diet Dr. Pepper.
And that's what revives him. The Mountain Dew kills him.
This is my new form, Dr. Pepper.
Jeff is born of a 2-liter of Mountain Dr. Pepper. It just explodes.
Mountain Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Dr. Perky and Mountain Lightning and all the other.
Oh, God, yeah.
The Kroger brand.
Kroger? I don't even know what the Kroger brands are.
It's those.
Morning Mist.
Yeah, Morning Mist.
Dr. Check?
I think it might be Mr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Mr. Pepper. Nothing. Let's not stand on ceremony. Just call me Mr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper was my father. Dr. Pepper is the drink of intellectualists.
It's carbonated prune juice, so you can all go fuck off.
If you
Prunes are delicious.
What now?
Prunes are delicious. When I was a kid, I used to get in trouble for eating all the prunes because they're so good.
I think you got in trouble 2 ways for eating all the prunes.
I will say prunes are better than plums. Fight me.
Aren't they just like plums?
Yeah, they're dehydrated. They're dehydrated plums, but prunes
are delicious because the flavors are concentrated. Yeah. So basically, shut up, Toker.
I just Googled it. Snopes says I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I don't think it does not contain any prune juice, but the belief that it does is remarkably long-lived, having been with us since 1930. People have believed that shit for nearly 100 years.
It's doctor. True. It's got doctor in the title. It's for constipation. It helps with constipation.
It's prune juice.
Prune juice.
It's mulled prune wine carbonated.
It's what it is. Also scientifically factored to hit all 23 bliss points of your flavor palette.
It's not prune, it's plum. That's where you're getting
What
wrong.
is cheer wine?
Cheer wine has the worst aftertaste, and I can't drink it ever. Because God forbid you burp after drinking it.
Is it a cherry cola or is it a cherry soda?
I think it's a soda because it's not dark enough to be a cola.
Does anybody in our audience not from South Carolina know what a cheer wine even is?
When I type in cheer wine, it says soda.
Okay. Well, I guess we've settled that. We've settled all kind of things. We've worked through a lot of stuff so far, and I'm going to call the session to a close.
Okay, bye.
Joining us, everybody, as we stop here from our banter and move on to Raiders of the Lark 2.0. When last we left off, you had rested in the center of the dome of the 20-kilometer wide biological testing facility. After it being attacked by one of the larger beasts that inhabit it, you realize you had been basically on the run for the better part of a day with no rest. And so, deciding that you still had a pretty good lead over your pursuers, you decided to take a full rest. And after you're done with that, the research station staff tells you that they are going to begin moving the beast that you subdued but did not kill, thankfully for them, back to its own enclosure. And tell you that they've got to clear out the research station because they've gotten word from the overseer robot that all staff are to report back to the outer ring. They tell you, so, you know, you're probably closer, given our location, to any point. Go wherever you're going, as long as to the outer ring. The overseer's really interested in shutting things down, or at least having some sort of big meeting.
Understood. We are on our way to the outer ring now.
All right. They wish you luck, and they go about their business.
We've healed up our mounts, right? Our Greases?
Your Grests.
Grests.
Yes, your Grests are doing well the next day, fully fed. And as you mount them up once more, they show a little resistance after not seeing you for the day, but you're able to subdue them pretty easily and begin your ride toward the outer ring, mainly towards to the opposite side, to the service tunnels.
Getting up.
Breaks his back. Piggyback me to the next place.
We've got a harness system set up so that you don't even ride on the Grest. You just Master Blaster me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Is that what that's called?
It's what it's called now.
I mean,
Right.
you on Thunderdome? Come on.
Yeah, but nobody said Master Blaster me. It's the way you put.
I
Make it
turned
sound
Master
like an
Blaster
action.
into a verb.
Yeah.
Not a person.
Sorry.
Master Blaster me.
This is its own unique. Our whole channel is its own unique porn genre, and I wish people would realize that and start sending us money.
I've been sending emails. I just keep getting, please stop.
You should take out one of those banner ads.
Yes.
You wanna be Master Blastered?
Who wants to be master blasted?
This YouTube channel will make you come in 40 seconds.
Oh no.
Provided you started jerking off 40 seconds before. Gotta have a little asterisk there.
Yeah, oh yeah. All those ads have a little asterisk next to it. What ads?
But yeah, all their asterisks is more money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of what we're selling too.
Are we?
Be entertained by us for money.
All right.
Speaking of entertaining, yeah, we mount up and we ride out. Let's
Yes.
entertain ourselves here. I
Right.
spy with my little eye something that begins with L.
Marcus yells across the way. Weepscape!
WHAT?
We're playing I Spy Weepscape. Keep up.
No, that was my answer!
Don't be
it's
looking at me.
not far off. I was going to say leaves.
Huh?
Anyway,
Being observed makes Weepskeep rather uncomfortable, and he shimmies away.
I think my internal translator is messed up.
this I said L, not W.
Leaves!
there it is. Good job. Okay, game over. You win.
The ride is, as before, hectic and bumpy as these creatures' heads loll from side to side, looking for a prey as they run along, occasionally whipping back, looking around over your shoulders at sounds they are hearing. It's basically riding a child with attention deficit problems.
If I had $1.
Did anybody else see the tortoise in town?
I did. The guy
You saw it?
walking his tortoise at the
KFC? Yeah, I was going to Walmart. I saw a child riding on it. I was like, what? There was a toddler on the back of a tortoise.
Oh, okay, like a little child. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of attention deficit disorder, did anybody see the tortoise in town?
I mean, it was wild, and I felt like I was going crazy, and I was gonna go back and take a picture so that I could have proof. But
I wanted to take a picture when I drove by, but I'm like, well, boy, that would make me look real weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because you would have to be like skirt, or else, yeah, because there's no way to just ride back that way. You have to go out and come back in that way, or you have to like go to the KFC and be real obvious. And so, yeah.
I get it. Tortoises need to poop when they're traveling. You got to put them out, I guess.
What's the biggest? I mean, it was huge.
Yeah, it had to be like a 60-pounder.
It was a big old dude. But anyway, okay, sorry to derail.
At any rate, sorry, yes.
That's what Weepskeep says. Did anybody see that tortoise as we're riding through the woods? There was a child on it.
I mean, I really think that's what Weepskeep is like. It's just like long periods of silence and then just randomly saying something might even like startle you because you didn't even realize she was there. But
the ride is fairly quick. In less than an hour and a half down the winding trails to the forest, you get to the outer edge of the ring, where you see that there are a number of there are 2 roads, each splitting off to either side across the outer ring, or in either direction alongside the outer ring. And you see that there is another enclosure for mounts like you have. And you see a few of the facility employees bringing their own mounts in. There are a couple of robots, one that looks almost exactly like the overseer robot that greeted you on your way in. And one of them turns, looks at you, and raises its hand. This way, please.
Okay.
Go, follow it.
Do we see
Well,
the service?
See where it's going.
Huh? It's heading toward. It's basically ushering everyone towards the stable.
Do we see the service entrance at all?
You do not.
Well, I guess we'll follow. We'll leave because we're going to have to leave the mounts anyway to go to the service tunnel.
The robot ushers you toward the stable, essentially. And so, and you see a brief flash of light go over you as you pass by. And after you all go by, the robot turns once again toward you and says, "Halt! I am not detecting your employment badges."
Quick question. Did we see what Captain Trigger, was it Trigger? Trapper? Captain Trapper? Kidder. Yes. Captain Kidd. Did we see what Kidder did to the other robot to power it down?
It looks like he walked over to it, opened the back panel, and started pulling stuff out.
Well, we will. I guess I look around at my crew. Are we dismounting? Or are we blowing past?
I mean, this is like a checkpoint we have to go through here, right?
Yeah. Well, you have to figure out where the actual door is, but yeah.
Well, if we're close to the outer ring, right?
Yeah. You can see it sloping up and over your head toward the center.
Okay, so the tunnel's got to be somewhere near here, probably in one of these buildings. You would think. I would think, unless it's like a storm drain somewhere else. But yeah. So dismount and hand off the animals. And he said he didn't recognize our employee badge.
He is not reading your employer badges. He is assuming that they are too buried under your gear. He's like, please present your badges so that I may take an accurate head count.
Understood. Here, everyone, give me the reins. I will put the animals away while you display your badges, and I will come back and show you mine.
The robot seems to passively accept this.
As soon as he turns his attention to the others, I will activate my cloaking field, sneak up behind him, and disable him.
Okay. Give me an engineering.
Is this fall under the category of my elite saboteur?
I suppose, since you're sabotaging this robot.
Engineering check to disable a device or a lock or trap in half the time. Disable a device on a lock or trap in half the time. Would you consider him a lock or trap?
He is not a lock or a trap. So no, I'm going to say probably not in this case.
Okay. So this is not going to be a super quick thing.
I'm the GM. I decide how quick it is, but
should I allow our actual engineer to do this?
No, you're the one who's invisible. You're the one who said it. Do it.
All right. 18.
All right. You quickly enact your cloaking field while the robot is turning towards your companions, attempting to scan their badges, which I don't know. What are you guys doing, like, to distract the robot?
Yeah, very, 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 very slowly and fumbly when it comes to trying to get gear off to get to where I can show anything.
Okay.
Just like, I'm just Butterfingers right now, and I'm being like really like, I don't know. I'm
infomercial
hands, basically. Yeah.
The robot launches into, I do not want to give you a lecture, but there are many things that we must do. We must always have our credentials present in order to make an accurate head count. Furthermore, you got an 18. You look over the back of the robot, and it looks like a smooth panel at first, but then you see finally just a little tiny finger hold toward its upper back, and when you stick your fingernail in it, you feel just the slightest click as a back panel opens up. The robot doesn't seem to notice. And there you see just a bunch of plugs and wires. This thing is, again, old-fashioned.
I would like to try to pull out as many wires from the plugs without damaging them. Just popping the connectors loose.
All right,
if that's possible.
That's no problem. You reach up, grab a few wires, secure them with your thumb, and give them a quick boop. At first, the robot stops speaking altogether, but he's continued to gesticulate as if he is pontificating on the importance of proper etiquette and workplace courtesy. And whenever you pull another couple of loose, then he just sort of sinks to the ground and shuts down, as enough of his logic and other systems have just been have lost power entirely. The robot sags to its robotic knees, all four of them, and then just sort of falls over.
Nice work.
You see the robot has a belt on, which is not something you normally see in a robot's this basic, but you're guessing that these robots are built for general use and have to be outfitted in certain ways for other kinds of things. This robot was not built with internal storage.
Oh, rob him.
Yeah. Go through his pockets for change.
Right. You begin flipping up pockets of the belt pouches, and you see a lot of things that are useful for a robot that is designed to repair and maintain things. A few power tools, batteries.
Look for an access card.
Epoxies, and then you find several access cards on a brass loop.
These will be handy, I am sure. Now, let us find this tunnel.
Take the batteries.
Okay. All right, taking the batteries. You see that these are of a design so old-fashioned that they will not fit any guns you have, but who knows? They may come in handy.
Take the power tools they fit to.
Alrighty. Well, you could just take the whole fucking tool belt if you like.
Just take the belt. Throw it over the shoulder.
Right. All right, so there are two buildings nearby. One, of course, is the one with the where the animals are being placed. And you see another one that has a short line out front. Not really a line, just a few employees milling around at the door, looking like they're waiting to come in. Except for a couple of them that noticed that you guys are fucking with the robotic overseer. Dupe.
Nothing to see here.
One of them begins to amble over and says, "We have a failure again?"
Yes, it appears that his wires have come loose in the back.
Can I do a combo?
I can fix that right up.
Can I do a combo bluff engineering? So I want to hit him with some jargon that sounds made up, but like I know what I'm talking about, but maybe my words are a little off for it. That would give him the idea that it's something that he would need to go get like a piece for and come back. Like,
all right, give me a check. Give me the bluff, but I'll give you a +2 for engineering.
Okay.
Because I know you have a lot of it.
I'm just gonna.
You said it's your carbometer.
I rolled a 4, and I'm like, oh, do I have a way to get out of that? I think I do. Oh, what's my
lie?
I was trying to. I rolled a 4. I could lie to Terrence. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I rolled a 14.
You have the character that is built for lying, because I'm never gonna check to see which fucking stored up rolls you have.
I write them down, but
I'm not tracking it. I'm just.
I know. Okay, so at what level were we at with the paradox? No, I don't have the thing that just lets me re-roll it. So I only got a 14.
14? The guy's like, oh, no, that doesn't sound like anything I need a special tool for.
16 with my +2 from you.
All right, never mind. He says, well, maybe I should get this. Now that I think about it, I don't want to, like, mess this robot up. We know how the marshal is about damaging equipment.
Tell me, it's the alternator or the carbometer?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was trying to come up with. My brain was being stupid. Carbometer.
This robot's run out of blinker fluid.
The fellow walks back over to the thing and talks to a couple other guys, and they head into the building. You're guessing that this is also another storage facility of some kind, but you see that it's 2 stories, and it may indeed, since it connects directly to the outer wall, have further interior spaces.
Before you go too far, there is a report that someone may be in the service tunnels.
He says, service tunnels?
From one of the other domes. The connecting dome. We need to inform them that they also need to meet up at the outer ring. Where is the entrance?
Well, all right. He points to the building he's heading toward. Go in there.
I appreciate you not making me roll for these bluffs.
That's fine. These are very naive people. Like, these are hicks.
You made Toker roll.
Huh? That's because he told me he's actively lying. You actually asked the question.
I see the distinction, and I appreciate it.
I don't. Make him roll.
You go in that building there, head in to the ring, to the outer ring. You're gonna go down maybe an 80-foot hallway. There's an elevator on the right side. It'll go down about, let's see, subterranean floor 5, I believe, and that'll take you to the access tunnel station.
I definitely appreciate it. Once you get the complimator and the altruistic, we need this robot back online.
Oh yeah, sure.
Appreciate your help. Lady, gentlemen.
Move. Proceed.
Okay. You guys push back by the other employees and head into the building and begin following the fellow's directions. And they're pretty accurate. It's not an 80-foot walk. It's more like a 100-foot walk, but whatever. The elevators are where he said they'd be roughly. And as you head down to subterranean floor 5, the doors refuse to open, and it says insert administrator access card.
I guess I had the card in the belt, or did you take that?
I just grabbed the ring, but yeah, look through the ring and see if we can find a card that matches.
All right. You begin flipping through, and finally, they're all clearly labeled. You see one for like tool sheds and various numbers. You see ones for like perishable supplies. You see ones for like research labs. You see one for sealed power stations, and finally you find one that says administrative key. And when you push it in, it takes a second for it to click through, and finally the doors open, revealing what appears to be a station, in the sense that it is a tram.
Before we continue, Valgoth, is there any way to disable this elevator in a way that we can come back and reuse it if we need to?
I can give it a look, see.
While he's looking at that, the reason I wanted to roll for that lie was because I pre-rolled it and I got a natural 19. I wanted to use it.
Well, fuck you. I just rolled a natural 20 on an engineering check for a 35.
All right. You realize that you can probably gain control of the entire facility from this one access panel. Everything is wired together.
But it would need a computer's check to hack, or is this so old school that it would be an engineering thing?
It is both usable by computers, and it can be controlled with simple engineering. Like everything behind the computer panels are redundant toggles that once you suss out like what does what, you can open, close, lock down any part of the building.
Makes me think of like the clunky alien tech, like from the movie Alien and Aliens, where it's like,
yeah, it's kind of got that vibe. Everything in here has that sort of
retro futuristic.
Yeah, kind of that NASA punk kind of thing going.
It's like
big push buttons that light up when you push them.
Yeah,
you watch those old movies, you're like, that's way in the future, and their tracking device is like a tube television that takes, 2 hands to hold so that they can just see little bleeps on a map, and it's like, you know what my phone can do now?
Yeah. I can pinpoint exactly where somebody is in a hotel as I watch them come down the elevator and come out the door to my car.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Because I recently learned, mainly
It's an exaggeration, but yeah.
No.
From the same lore channel we were talking about earlier. But I don't have to worry about slipping real world references into Starfinder, because according to Pathfinder lore, the real world is part of the Pathfinder universe, i.e. the soul, the Milky Way is part of the Pathfinder universe. So,
okay.
So, and furthermore, like they have people have worked out the parallel timeline. So like the current year in Galarian in Pathfinder, I believe 2 or whatever, is running parallel with like 1920 Earth.
Interesting.
So is the Milky Way within packed space?
It is not.
Yeah, we're just out in the nowhere of the vast, right?
You are. Yeah, you're out there. You're pretty far out there. But like I said, it doesn't like. I'm the GM. I can say whatever and whoever and wherever has colonized whatever.
That guy's name is Mythkeeper, by the way.
Yeah, Mythkeeper.
Yeah.
Pretty good channel. Really long videos, but very densely packed with information.
It's dense and a little dry. I listen to it for a little bit before I have to move on, but it's anyway. We talk about jumping into Pathfinder 2 at some other point, but it helps me get into the setting aspect.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we are in Pathfinder 500 years after the gap, then it would be 2420 on Earth when Pathfinder is taking place.
Starfinder.
Yes, Starfinder. Cyberpunk.
In the future.
But point is, this has this whole colony has that kind of very old lo-fi analog aesthetic going for it.
Cool.
But like I said, yes, you, a master of engineering, apparently, are able to basically lock down the station at will.
Today I am.
Yep. What do you choose to do with it? With this knowledge, with this power?
Well, right now, all he wants is for us to be able to shut the elevator down. But after we're about to use it, you want to shut it down after we use it, so we can't be followed.
No. You are already at the bottom of the elevator. You're at your location.
So we just don't want it to go back up.
Yes.
Yeah, he just doesn't want it to. Yeah, he doesn't want it to work till you guys want it to work.
Yeah, we've lost some time. I want to keep our head start ahead of them.
Well, I can do that easily, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I'm trying to think what else I can do with this knowledge of the facility, except maybe set like a pulse pass, like it would react to a set of like Morse code that I could put in for like other things that this is connected to. I made up pulse pass, and then I was like, nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Not exactly.
You had to make it up as you went, which is what improv is.
Prevent it from being overridden by outside forces.
All right, you want to put in a master code that only you know, basically.
Right, but in an analog way.
Yeah, just us. An AB, up, down, left, right, stop.
Yeah, I put in the Konami code.
Yeah, basically, you want to make a Konami code that only you know how to use for this place. That's infinitely doable with this system.
Please tell me some of your engineering gear is an NES controller.
No. It's a GameCube. It looks like a.
It's the power glove.
Yeah,
the power glove's too cool. Somebody described in an article was the GameCube looked like a robot threw up, like the controller. How are you supposed to use this fucking thing? Like your hand goes here for some games and here for others, and like where did that button come from? And I was like, a robot throwing up. That's a very good description of what that controller looked like to me. So I've got that one.
Wow, yeah, that's accurate.
Are you just now looking at the GameCube
I'm
controller?
just looking at the GameCube controller, yeah.
I don't even remember the GameCube controller.
It looks like a robot threw up.
Share it.
Oh, okay. I'll share it.
It's like, why force me to Google it too?
Because fuck you guys. You do work.
Guess I'll just never know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that thing.
It's so knobby.
It's very knobby.
Why so knobby?
Yeah, there's buttons all over that thing on the back too.
What's that yellow thing in there?
The knobule?
That looks like an Xbox.
Is that an extra stick?
Yeah. There's a stick on the top left, and then there's a stick on the bottom left of the right-hand side. But then there's an analog
push button.
Yeah, it's such a weird layout, and everybody's like, what were y'all doing?
There's a knobule and then there's a globule.
Nobule.
And the two buttons are different heights.
Yeah.
The two, like,
I mean, I guess.
these guys.
Yeah. I mean, I can see kind of what they were trying to do, but to me it just looks like one of those things that people buy to fidget with now.
Yeah, fidget box.
Yeah. I feel like I have a dodecahedra. Dodecahedra. I can't say it right now. Yeah, here it is.
It's like they designed the GameCube for kids to take. It was a system made for children. Because the cube was a little suitcase, so you could take your GameCube to your friend's house. Y'all could plug it into the TV and play, and then you could just pick it up and bring it back to your house. But they also, I think, let children design all of that. Because it's what it looks like to me.
But that would stipulate that rich kids who could afford a GameCube would hang out with poor kids that didn't have one.
I was in a lot of trailer parks when that came out. You know what trailer parks had a lot of? GameCubes.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it came out cheaper than the alternatives.
Well, like the 360 or whatever.
Well, this was still PlayStation 1.
It would have been Dreamcast.
It was PlayStation, Dreamcast, the first Xbox, and GameCube. I think all came out around the same time, and the Nintendo one was cheaper.
Like that.
Oh.
That's your engineering tool right there, Toker.
This little toy with all the little things.
It's a plumbus.
Basically, it's nobules and globules. Okay.
Oh my god! All right.
Sorry for the sidebar.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. Yeah. Okay, you're able to set up your override code, and you basically are facing down a small tram station with a tram parked in it. You see that there is a deactivated robot in the corner in a little alcove. And you basically don't see anything else. Like the lights came on when they detected your proximity, but everything else here seems to be powered down.
Does that robot have a utility belt?
It does not. It has, instead, it has a vest on. A bright green vest.
He's the conductor.
Fancy.
Kill it with fire.
I mean, it's deactivated.
Yep. That's what it wants you to think.
Look over the tram. See if there's any way for us to pilot this thing.
When you approach it, you see that there is a key slot, much like many of the other ones the other one you've encountered in the elevator. Excuse me. But when you check through your set of keys, you do not see one for the tram.
Shake the conductor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whenever you walk over to the alcove where the conductor is, the proximity feature kicks him to life as well. You see his flat robotic eyes begin to light up. Its head turns on and says, "Welcome to the subterranean tram. Where may I take you?"
The next station.
The genetics dome. Does this tram run to the genetic storehouse?
This tram runs in two directions. One, toward the genetic dome. Two, towards the initial landing site. From there, you can take the tram to... And he begins to rattle off a bunch of other stations that it's just identifying by numbers. And then after that, you realize it's giving you a complete map of the entire system that it's built on. And some of the stations are currently under construction, currently under construction, currently under construction.
To the genetics dome. Welcome to the genetic dome.
Very well. Please show your administrator's badge.
flash the key badges.
You don't have to flash it. Basically, it holds out a hand, which you see has a flat slot in it.
I will, while he's finding that keypad, that key card, I will also look through the utility belt of the other robot to see if there is an administrator badge with a QR code.
Okay. You're guessing that any kind of badge like that is probably attached to the robots. Like you notice this one has a basically screwed on nameplate and a barcode.
Well, he was hoping that those work.
After you slot the administrator card into the robot's hand, it says, "Welcome, Administrator 633 in Z2." And then it begins to slowly walk across the platform towards the tram. When it approaches the tram, a key pops out of its slotted hand and enters the doorway, and the doorway pops open. The lights in the tram come on, and basically it begins to take its place in the piloting station. It sits down, slots another thing into a slot on the dash of the tram, which you see is about 3 cars in length once you look inside. And you can also see once you can see, like, now that you're looking at the place a little better, you can see that it's got, the tunnels are much larger than they need to be. And you're guessing that there are probably other differently sized utility trams along the network.
Kind of keep track of what he's slotting and where.
All right.
So that if we have to eventually take over, we can mimic the capabilities of using the vehicle.
All right. After everyone is on, the door closes, and then you just feel a quick jerk as the thing begins to slide on tracks. Now, none of that smooth, gravity-driven stuff you're used to in bigger cities, more modern cities. Basically, you just feel every little bump as it goes through the tracks adjoining each other. As it begins to speed along at a heady, maybe 100 kilometers an hour.
Faster than we can move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad I didn't try to bring the mounts. I was just picturing a tunnel straight through underground.
I was doing the same thing.
It'd be funny, all of us getting our rests into the elevator.
I will pass the keys over to Geist again. Here, you keep all of these.
I will put them in the utility pouch that I have slung around my chest like a bandolier.
The lights here are finicky in that if you guys wait longer than a few minutes, like if you guys are still longer than like 10 seconds or a certain amount of stillness, they cut out until somebody moves.
Stand up, wave my arms.
Yes. So you're occasionally plunged into darkness. The first time it happens, the cat begins hopping around terrified, and then the lights immediately pop back on, and you realize what's going on.
Oh, it's like a bathroom in a late night hospital. Lights turn off while you're pooping, then you got to stand up.
Oh, ugh.
Late night hospital bathrooms.
I'd carry a broom with me, just
just wave it.
I am not standing up while I'm pooping.
Just take the toilet paper roll off and toss it up.
I think it was the newest Scream movie. They made a good use of that with like the scares. Like in the hospital, like as you walk, the lights ahead of you would turn on, but the lights behind you would turn off.
Mm.
And if for some reason the killer's not picked up on the motion sensor behind you, you just get glimpses of them chasing you as the lights turn off as you're getting further down the hallway. I think that was the new Scream movie.
I think you're right.
Is that the one where everybody
dies? Yeah.
Spoilers.
It's a Scream movie. Everybody always dies.
Yeah, but they killed off like David Arquette's character.
Spoilers.
Fucking Doofy. Oh, that's Scream one. That's Scary Movie one. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, they did kill Flash Thompson in that one.
What is this?
The latest Scream movie, like the guy that played Flash Thompson in the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the opening kill.
In Spider-Man? Weird.
No, in Scream.
Those Scream movies are very dumb, but I enjoy watching them.
Yeah, they
are what they are.
You just get dumber and dumber, and like I don't know. I don't not like them.
Yeah.
I just don't know that I'll watch them again.
Look, there's some in the middle that are not good at all, but the two newer ones that they've come out with they're worth a watch.
With the Ortega.
Yeah, the Ortega. They brought back the Def Cams and the David Arquettes and the Courtney Coxes.
Who I thought was Iggy Pop at first.
It could be. You ever seen them in the same place at the same time?
Oh my God.
Did she have the short bangs that were like right above her hairline? In that one, or was that the 2007?
No, you're thinking of Scary Movie again. That was the girl from Mad TV.
Wow, that's a
one that Chris Pratt divorced.
Yeah, I think so.
Who? What? When? Why? Where?
Oh, she picked up to Chris Pratt. I see.
Oh, that's Anna Faris. No, not her.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But that is the lady that was like pasted to the ceiling by jizz, right?
Yeah, Scary Movie 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway.
It was ectoplasm. Don't be gross.
It was not ectoplasm.
It was scum. We're talking Scary Movie. They're not known for being thinkers, you know.
There's no subtlety in this.
Their comedy's right in your face. What would be funny here? I know he pulled his finger out of his butthole. Yeah, put that in there. That's Scary Movie.
At any rate, sorry. You're sailing along in this tram, and then you hear the click, hiss, and buzz of a microphone cutting on. Hey, y'all down there?
Don't answer.
No.
Down where?
We might need to answer just because if we don't, they might be able to shut something down that's going to cause us issues.
Yeah, I got that nat 20 on that engineering check earlier. I got us covered.
The voice pops up again. Hey, y'all, guys, I don't think I ever called y'all's name. I called their name. Who the hell were they? Visitors, aliens.
Oh, hello.
Well, I was going to wait him out.
Let's respond.
I'll do the we're going through a tunnel. And
Don't call again. Don't call again.
Despite the distortion, you recognize the voice as Kidder again.
Oh, okay, so we can't. All right, it's Kidder. Go ahead.
Oh, whew. All right. Hey, I got some bad news and some good news. Which one do you want first?
The bad.
Yes, give us the bad news.
Well, we were thinking about locking the people coming after you out of the research station here, but we've kind of been locked out of the controls.
Okay, and what's the good news?
I was kind of making that up, actually. There's no real good news about that.
We'll be fine.
Yes, don't worry about it. Tell them that you have a malfunction, because you do.
Oh, and the marshal got another message through. He said this one's for SX? Which one of you are SX?
Yes. Proceed.
It said, Mark has a bounty for you.
Me? Telemark.
Huh?
I'm thinking out loud.
For you, I don't know if that means he's going to give you money or he's going to kill you for money, but neither of them sound on the up and up.
Received message. Thank you.
As soon as he says that, I will scan through my bounty hunter forums to see if there's any, because I am a licensed bounty hunter, if there's any bounties for Essex that pop up on that forum, or if this is falsified.
All right.
You want me to roll my profession?
Sure.
Bam. 6 for a 14.
6 for a 14. You do not find it. You cannot find anything like that. However, you do stumble across something that is of interest. You find a fairly newly posted bounty for a dead person. You see one cut for a bounty for Rice and Thite and associate. And there you see a man wearing a sort of a gruff-looking man wearing an eye patch that you remember from the recovered memory files, and you also see a very poorly obtained security feed photo of Essex.
Well, it appears that this is not.
The bounty is 100,000.
It's not falsified. And there is a bounty of 100,000 credits on you. Well, Rice and Thite, but you.
Where's the video at? Where's the video at? Where's it taking the video of me, the location?
You see, let's see. You send him the video on his across your internal communications to his HUD, and when the picture comes up, like it's just a screen still, basically a grab from a random street video. You're guessing somewhere on Absalom Station at some point during the night you guys went and recovered Marcus's memories. The angle looks at some oblique angle from some building that you probably just passed by. Like it is really bad. It is really low res. But clearly because you know what you look like.
Okay. I will start working on changing my look.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. You can just go, all right.
Yep.
The tram is moving along at a pretty fair clip, and eventually you hear the robotic conductor go, "We have passed the 1 hour mark. You now have 4 hours remaining until our arrival. Would you like snacks?"
Yes, please.
You never turn down a free meal.
All right.
Yes.
You hear a loud clank from the rearmost cart, and a cart on a little tiny, just a line of metal in the floor that it seems to be magnetically hooked to, begins to roll out and says, "Please help yourself." As the cart opens up, you see a number of prepackaged foods, packaged beverages. You see other things that you don't normally see on a modern cart. You see cigarettes, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You see gum, and you see just a small selection of liquors.
Zoink.
Yeah,
I'm going after the cigarettes.
All right.
You can't get these anymore easily. You have to go through the black market to get burning nicotine sticks.
The robot says, "I'm sorry, our contraband protocols have not been updated. Should I retract the cart?"
Absolutely not. This is a pleasant surprise.
Please enjoy yourself. And then once you guys have gotten what you wanted from the cart retracts.
How many bottles of liquor and cigarette packs can we get in order to sell on the black market?
There's dozens of them, of both.
Just like a housewife in the suburbs with a take one please bowl of candy in Halloween, we're gonna empty that cart out.
You guys are exactly those people.
Yep. Nobody else is going to
leave one little Snickers in there.
Nobody else is going to use this.
The wrappers.
The empty mini bottles, and we just pound them down because we got 4 hours left.
Okay,
let's party.
The cart retracts, and as soon as the cart slams to a stop at the other end, and you hear some sort of robotic process begin starting back there, you're guessing a restock. The captain turns on the no smoking sign.
What a dick.
We are now entering dangerous pockets of gas that have seeped through the tunnels. Please refrain from smoking.
But my freedoms.
As you say that, you can see a yellowy haze through the front window, and then a bunch of air masks.
That's fine because I cast light bubble on all of us again, and inside light bubble I will smoke a cigarette. It keeps the gases out.
He's clam baking himself.
Oh my God, I bet that smells terrible in there. Stale cigarette smoke.
The light bubble keeps fresh air in there. It's constantly refreshing with fresh air.
Well, that's great because you're going to need plenty of fresh air with those 500-year-old cigarettes.
They don't keep them hermetically sealed? Wasted.
Yes, they have been sealed, but they are not fresh. Still, better than what you can get for free elsewhere.
Yep.
All right. So, eventually you pass through whatever gases that are seeping up through the rocks, and the smoking sign comes off, and the captain says, "There is now 3 hours remaining until our arrival. Would anyone like some light music?"
Oh. Play the heavy metal.
Would anyone like to see a film?
Sure.
All right.
Play heavy metal from 1983.
The film Heavy Metal comes on. No, I'm kidding.
Got a one-way ticket to paradise. Call it heavy metal.
I'd be interested in seeing what kind of movies they got out here.
It looks like mostly propaganda films for the Presleskinar Empire. Like they obviously clearly have narratives, but most of them are narratives that support the state apparatus. And basically, like almost everything. It's the reason why you're guessing that they were so hungry for new media whenever you guys showed up, is because all their libraries are stocked with this stuff. And as you scan through and watch a few minutes, you can see why. It's very tedious. It's very jingoistic. It's very xenophobic. There is just a lot of not much of worth to be taken from this entertainment that they're providing.
So that tells me also let's not listen to the music, because the music will probably be some kind of martial type theme.
Yeah, you're guessing it's mostly turgid or kind of classical music for this sector of space. You know, a lot of martial themes, a lot of sweeping kind of grand, inspiring kind of things. all accompanied with matching pre-recorded visuals. It looks like, and after you guys flick through it and decide it's not worth anything, the tram retracts the offer and basically says, would anyone enjoy a small nap?
Sure.
Please report to car 2 where a bunk is prepared.
Or actually, I'll go that way and look.
All right, you see a couple of very, very thin mattresses and pillows sliding out of the wall grooves.
All right. Set it up where I can wake them by the time we get there.
All right. Those of you that go to take your nap, take the nap. Those of you that stay awake aren't really bothered again for a while by the robotic tram driver. Except for a 10-minute warning until you reach the genetics station. Another robotic cart wakes you up as it's basically trundles its way through the center car, and toward the front car, and it's basically just a garbage receptacle, and it has written on it, please deposit any refuse within. The tram driver announces that in less than 30 seconds you will be disembarking. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind travel.
Acknowledged. The thing pulls to a stop rather smoothly here, as the construction here is newer. And when the door opens up, you can see that there is a much busier tram station. And we'll come to that next time. I gotta get up early. Sorry.
Officially switch places.
Somebody's gotta be the Frakes.
That's right. The Frakes is no longer concerned about what time it is. Time is a social construct.
Man.
What's the tram station populated with? More people?
Well,
more robots and trams.
It is both people, robots, and trams.
Ooh.
Okay.
We're gonna be murdering our way through here.
Like I said, we'll cover this next week when I'm more prepared.
No, let's force you to keep going. So I'm gonna leave the train station, right? And
what's that, Sonny? Huh? Huh?
Oh, your internet's getting laggy.
All right, good night, y'all. And thanks for
Good night.